hella something else going on today. You know what I'm saying? We're shaking it up a little bit. You know, we got our producer friends on the track now.
Okay,
so
come on. Welcome to the house party.
This is a Reggae Christmas by the good Frank's Weird. So on IG, you can find him at Frank's, like, you know, Frank with an S, _ weird. Everything spelled like what you think it's spelled like. You know what I'm saying?
That's
this
pretty cool.
This is my New York boyfriend.
Come on. Okay, New York boyfriend. What a new vibe. I fuck with it. With it.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But Queen, how was your week since it's all new shit? I'm so excited.
My week has been a bit of a blur, honestly, truly. But I did have like a radio show interview that was pretty cool. I'll talk about later, and met up with a producer friend of mine, and we talked about just like film and all that good stuff. So that was fun.
And your video dropped.
Oh, yes. My
where
video
you sounded like Mike from The Wood.
I cannot believe you think I'm so country.
I'm Aisha from North Carolina. I was like, what the hell? I didn't even finish
like this.
Yo, listen, I didn't even finish the rest of the video. I was like, wait, no, back it up. And I had to close it out, go back again. I'm Aisha from North Carolina. I'm Aisha from North Carolina.
No, you are not
I
treating
never
me like this.
personally thought that you were that country. Like, I know you say y'all a lot, but when you said North Carolina, I was like, I cannot wait to hear my best friend. Wait. Listen.
My code switch game is very strong.
Listen. I cannot wait to hear my best friend turn that country ass accent into a motherfucking UK accent, because she's gonna be out here playing the things and the parts. I can't wait to see you with your accent coach. You're gonna get old girl from that video that we was watching at one time. North Carolina. I'm Aisha from North Carolina.
But yeah, no, the video, two black women love black women. Rashana produced that. That's her little creative baby, if you will, and it came out very beautifully. It looks good. It sounds good. She did what needed to be done for the black queens worldwide.
Yes, but Aisha from North Carolina.
So definitely, if you want to find that, go to Rashana's page. It's at RAASHAUNA. And the link is in her bio to the YouTube video. My interview is the first one that's launched so far. It was only like 4 or 5 minutes, so definitely go check it out.
I've heard good things. Like I said, I have to myself sit down. I'm gonna watch on my big screen instead of my phone.
Wow, you really just stopped it after I said my name. You're a child.
I had to keep going back. I'm Aisha from North Carolina.
You're a child.
Okay, I'm done.
Wonderful.
So my week, thanks for asking, was...
I mean, all you did was thrash me the whole time I was talking about my week.
I am not thrashing you. I love your country accent. You know I love when people sound like the ladies from the hills.
Okay, anyway, how was your week?
I just want to be clear, y'all. I love a good country accent. So
how was your week? Oh, my goodness.
Giving you your flowers is what I was doing. My week was, had some ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? I have had a toothache that... If y'all have ever seen The Hangover when they're like, Stu, I bet you can't pull your own tooth, bro. I bet you can't pull your own tooth. And then he pulls out his own tooth. I was like, yo, if I could definitively say which one of these teeth that it is, I would be like, pass me the syringe and the pliers, because I'm getting ready to pull this bitch out. Wow, a toothache will take you the fuck out. It's so crazy to me, a little tiny tooth, right? Like, don't get me wrong, it's one of them square ones in the back, I think. It ain't like it ain't my vampire teeth in the front.
It's one of them square ones in the back.
It's one of the bigger ones, but still, it's just crazy how much a little tooth can really just have you like, I'm about to sit down, I'm good, y'all go on without me. But other than that, a good week, it's Sunday. I love Sundays, they're my favorite day of the week. I have been rewatching Being Mary Jane. It's been giving me my life. I love that show. I've been rereading some things, Revolutionary Suicide by Huey P. Newton, and I restarted the autobiography of Malcolm X today.
Okay. I was wondering, I thought you were just posting them. I didn't realize you were rereading both of those.
Yeah, because I've been trying to get back on my creative entrepreneurial things, back into my blogging, the things that started it all. You know what I'm saying? And so what I realized is that I feel like I've read, and I know there are wonderful books that I haven't read yet, but I feel like I read some of the best bloggable books before I started my blog.
Yeah, and those two are definitely gems that everyone should have on their bookcase.
Yeah, so I had been writing the Huey P. Newton blog for a minute now, but I had just never got around to finishing it, just not putting my time where it needed to be. But then I started the Malcolm X one today because, inspired by you, when we went back and read Coldest Winter Ever, I was like, it would be kind of cool to go back to basically 2016, right? Because Coldest Winter Ever was the first book I read, period. And then right after that, I read Malcolm X. And I can't remember the rest of the order that I went in, but I was like, it would be kind of cool to go back and reread those things. Kind of like watching a movie for the second time. Because now I'm rereading it knowing how it ends. And so I feel like I'm picking up on so many more things now than I did. Like, I have so many highlights just in the introduction of the Malcolm X autobiography. And so, I've been really enjoying that. And then the other thing I've been doing is I've been watching Soul a lot. Like, I've watched it like 3 times in the last 4 days.
I don't get it, but yeah, God bless.
Yeah, I know it's not your shit. It's just it's inspiring me in different ways. I think it's the Jerrys that I really like. It's something about their accents. And they kind of remind me of the ship from Xenon to Ezekiel. Anyway.
Okay.
Because I know nobody's probably going to know what I'm talking about. So, that's been my week. Like I said, mostly wonderful. I've been feeling peace and happiness and thankfulness to be alive and stillness and solitude and all the things that I love and make me feel whole and happy. But that toothache is taking me out of here. So I go to see the dentist tomorrow. I'm like, hey, girl, do what you got to do. Because I gotta,
I need to take my ass on over to the dentist also. And maybe like an orthodontist. I feel like my bite is off and it's fucking up my jaw.
Oh, yeah. And that can cause a toothache or like...
And let me tell y'all something. Adulting is it's like the most ratchet party I've ever been at. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go home. I didn't ask to be adulting. I don't want to have to call for dentists and pay people to torment me. I don't like it here. I want off.
It's so crazy to me. Like, I remember being in high school when everybody would be like, I'm so ready to graduate. Like, I'm so ready to be, grown. I would just be sitting there like, and mind you, I had no idea what we were getting into, right? But I just remember being like, I'm good. Like, I'm chilling. I like being able to go to lunch with my friends every day and have math class and act a clown fool, nut job fool in this math class, even though I should be learning math. I knew then, being in the band, I knew then. I was like, no, I'm straight. Because I just, you just never know what's coming on down the line. But I think I must have knew, even as a child, that being an adult was not the it. Because I was like, I ain't in no rush. And I bet you those people be like, wow, what a mistake.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, so let's move on. Party people, are y'all ready to kick this episode off? We are looking back at it. And I wanted to first start off with talking about the one and only Mr. Sean Jay-Z Carter. So, if you haven't heard, Jay-Z has invested in an LA-based app called Perch Credit, and it's aimed to help underserved communities boost their credit scores. So, the app was originally created by Michael Broughton and, forgive me if I say your name wrong, Ayush Jain, 2 men from out here in LA, and they put the app together to help boost your credit score by reporting reoccurring payments like rent and subscriptions to Netflix, Hulu, and Spotify. Things that most people basically have. So its goal is basically to just help minorities become more financially literate and understand their credit and how it works, and to help boost it up by automatically reporting those things that reoccur on your score. Because, I mean, if you have 3 of those, that's like $50, of reoccurring just streaming sites, that can help boost your credit score. Broughton is only 22 years old. And he is also a Black king. But he got his initial, he founded the system in 2019 and secured a $2.5 million investment just to launch the app. And now he has the likes of Jay-Z also investing in the app. So that is really, really dope. Shout out to Jay-Z for keeping his ears to the streets, and shout out to this young Black king for creating the app, and his friend also. They're 2 founders. But yeah, I just thought it was really dope. I was like, okay, come on, Perch Credit. I'm about to check that out and see what it's talking about, because we all have like little things that we like pay for without even thinking about every month. Like, your iTunes or whatever, your Tidal, your Spotify, whatever.
Not me.
Okay, well, some of us use a lot of passwords of other people. Some of us have none, and some of us pay for it all. So with that being said,
I am that broke bitch that is very thankful for all her rich, classy friends.
Well, thank you for standing by to support us as we try to raise our credit. But yeah, shout out to Jay-Z. I just wanted to talk about that for a look back at it. I got one more after this.
Okay, shout out to the Carters. I have one look back at it. Y'all know I be coming with my hood reporting about
Mm-hmm.
these stimmies.
About
So,
what? I missed whatever you
about
said.
the stimmies.
Oh, what is again? What? Because I don't have that.
The stimmies on the. Ooh, I'm sorry. The
Yeah,
stimmies on
yeah,
Z-Way, hopefully, for everyone, now that Aisha
yeah.
has said that. The stimmies have passed the House as of Saturday, have moved on to the Senate. But one other thing I actually wanted to talk about was something that we definitely talked about last week, but just more so, I guess, to bring up this thing to talk about what we talked about last week some more. Part of the bill is raising minimum wage to $15 by 2025. And they were
Mm-hmm.
saying that, there might be some problems with getting that part passed. Excuse
Mm-hmm.
me. And I was like, $15 an hour is still like no money. like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I remember, and we talked about this before, and I don't think necessarily on the podcast, but like, I just remember people being like, "Oh my God, $15 an hour! You should be paid $15 an hour to flip burgers at McDonald's and da 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 da." Number one, mind your bank account. That's
Mm-hmm.
number one. Why you
Right.
worry about what the people at McDonald's got in their wallet? Maybe if you focused on your wallet a little bit more, you would be where you want to be. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, where I'm going with that is, I said when you actually do the math, it's really still not a lot of money. Let me look. I think it's like 30K, maybe. I think. Sorry, I should have did this before I got on this podcast. It's
31,200.
$31,000. Now the last time I looked, y'all don't quote me on this. It's been a minute. I know I was gonna go in this direction with the podcast, but cost of living in Charlotte is $53,000.
Mm-hmm.
And so when people be like $15 an hour, ugh, how dare y'all ask for more money? Like Yzma, what was it that you needed again? Food. like, what's wrong with y'all? $15 an hour is still not a whole lot of money, but don't get me wrong, I'm thankful that they're trying to raise it, of course. But before people, whomever is listening to this, whatever section y'all sitting in, whoever I'm talking to, be like $15 an hour. It just realized that it's still $20,000 less than you need to live comfortably
Yeah.
in Charlotte, North Carolina.
It's still no monies, girls. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
still not. Yeah, like you said, you need like a cool 50 something to live comfortably. And that's not like I have the 2021 or 2022 straight off the lot type shit. That's literally just to live comfortably and pay your bills. Especially when health insurance is some
Mm-hmm.
$400 a month, car insurance is some, $200 a month,
Mm-hmm.
et cetera, et cetera. Like by the time you pay rent at $15 an hour, you're living
Mm-hmm.
on like $1,000 for the entire month.
Right.
Mind you, in my household of two, it's like $250 a week for groceries.
Mm-hmm.
So
Imagine if you
there
had
goes all of our
kids.
extra
Oh,
dollars, girls. So please don't try to have gas, and please don't try to buy new shoes or provide for your children, et cetera, et cetera. Like, it's just no monies, and y'all should all be slapped sideways for thinking it is.
yeah. And why do people get so offended at the fact that people, like, let's just say it was a whole lot of money. Y'all trying to raise minimum wage $15 an hour? Because let's just say cost of living in Charlotte was really $10,000. Because I guess that's what y'all must think it is if you think $15 an hour is a lot of money. But
Mm-hmm.
say it to say, let's say it
Mm-hmm.
was, and now you really can't go
Mm-hmm.
get your 2021 right off the lot. Now you on a gatch sipping tea, and you ain't got no OnlyFans
Yes.
account.
Mm-hmm.
Why are y'all offended by the fact that people get to be comfortable and happy? Like, why would that be like? Yeah, and I know what it is. Like, I think that having more than the next person is some of us put our self worth and our value in that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think it's very sad that like kind of like because I think about how like people who don't believe in prisons or the death penalty will say like, what does it say about me and what does it mean about me if the punishment of another person makes me whole again, who has maybe done this crime against me, like again. So in this sense, in the sense of money and economics, what does it say about us when we are upset that somebody else gets to live comfortably just because they flip burgers at McDonald's?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever it is you think people are doing that's getting $15 an hour. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, a little bit. I hope everybody gets their stimmies. I hope y'all get
I
them more.
hope everyone gets their
I
stimmies.
hope everyone
Also
gets them
saying.
regularly, monthly. I get that monthly deposit. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because a bad bitch like myself finally did my taxes, so I
Oh, there you
feel
go.
like y'all need to
Damn,
go
I ain't did
ahead
mine.
and I was like a cool year. I was like 2 years behind, basically. So
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Was it painful? I mean that seriously.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Because I be doing my paperwork wrong like every year. So I always end up owing money. So by the time I get a refund, like I got a refund for like, I don't know, 2020 or something. But basically all it covered was paying off, literally barely covered paying off my last year's taxes. So, but it is, a dark cloud that is no longer hanging over my head. So shout out to adulting and shout out to how bad it sucks balls. But the fact that I'm doing it anyway. Big fat balls, but I'm doing it anyway.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, Queen, what's your last look back at it?
Okay, my last look back at it is a discussion I want to have with you, Queen. If you did not know, I'm not going to go in very deep detail in respect to the family of people who have lost loved ones that they actually knew in real life.
Oh, I know this.
Yeah, so Meek Mill had a line in a song that came off very distasteful and disrespectful to most people. But Vanessa Bryant basically made a comment saying, this is extremely insensitive and disrespectful. You can do better. If you really, loved and respected my husband, you would do better. And so, I have so much to say. But Meek Mill put out a comment that said, or a tweet that said, I apologized to her in private earlier today, not to the public. Nothing I say on my page is directed to an internet viral moment or the family of a grieving woman. If you care about someone grieving, change the subject. So my question to you, Queen, was, do you think that people have to apologize publicly for things that they did publicly?
Oh, that's a good question. And we talked about this with the Monique situation, right? Like, with that situation particularly, though, I said that the reason why I think you should have to do it publicly is because it's still affecting her publicly, right? Like, people are still going around saying she's hard to work with and this, that, and the third. So what you did behind closed doors is not helping her to be, reemployed and to get back on screen and stuff. But with this particular case, well, I feel like the reason why I'm leaning towards a yes right now is because I'm thinking about and it's not to say that any of these celebrities sign on to be a role model, right? Like they should just be able to be human. But when you don't apologize publicly, we would, number one, probably assume you didn't apologize. So that's first, right? And again, not that it's fair that you should have to come online and defend that when you really did what you were supposed to do behind the scenes. But then I also think about how if you don't apologize, the people who have their eyes on you, you know what I'm saying, and who are influenced by you and look up to you, because that's just how it is. You hold this space. So in that case, I would say yes, because also, it don't take much time either. Like, y'all know y'all can hire somebody to do your iOS press release anyway. So if you apologize publicly, I mean, and even him putting out that tweet like, "Hey, I apologize." Privately, there you go. See, and now you're done. You can go on about your business. So yeah, to me, I don't think it's that much of an inconvenience, especially because now again, I'm not trying to say that people are not gonna, or that people should be perfect, right? But sometimes I'd be like, damn, why don't y'all just stop doing shit y'all gotta apologize for? Because nigga, what was this lyric? Like, wasn't it something about a chopper?
No. I don't. No. I don't want to repeat it.
Okay. Yeah, I was just kind of like, and what's funny, and I know it's not all rappers, let me make that very clear, but I just be feeling like when I be listening to rap songs sometimes, it just be the most ignorant shit, like, kill the pussy COVID. What? Like, you just couldn't thought of nothing else to say, sir? Like, huh?
It's getting very tricky. Well, I'm going to start off with my response to that. My response to, should he have to apologize publicly? My answer to that is no. Because he apologized to the people that he has hurt the most. And if you are a Kobe fan or even a friend of him and you were offended by it, maybe you think he owes you an apology. But at the end of the day, I feel like the people who he owed the biggest apology to got it. And for him to say, like, if y'all really care about a grieving woman, like, basically stop talking about it. Because had he put out a public one, y'all going to keep dragging it and keep dragging it and keep dragging it. And if he gave it to the person and whether she forgave him or not, like, maybe she doesn't want to keep going, like, hey, guys, I'm back on the internet to let you guys know I forgave him. Like, she don't have to do all that shit. And I think that's very insensitive to be like, no, you need to apologize to all this. Why? Y'all don't even care about this person for real, for real. Like, y'all don't care about half the shit y'all are nitpicking about. Like, you don't actually care. You just want to be fake enraged with the rest of the world. Because there is another rapper who is very big right now, who also had a song over the summer that made a very, very, like, literally worse than Meek Mill's line. in reference to Kobe, and I was like, this is a very popular artist right now, and I know people have heard this song, but why aren't they making a big deal about him making an even worse comment about Kobe?
Yeah.
And he's like, and he's not as big of a star, but he's very popular now. So I'm like, maybe they weren't listening to him over the summer, but I, being the ratchet queen I am, I'm always listening to the ratchet mess. So I heard the song, and I was like, oh, hell no. And so then when Meek had to make his apology, or people are making a big deal of what Meek was saying, I was like, I don't know why. Meek seems to be one of those people that people like to attack, like when he was dating Nicki Minaj. Like, people just like to attack him for whatever reason, and, if you have different feelings about him, that's, fine. That's your business. But I thought it was interesting that people were only mad at him for it when they're not mad at all these other artists who have done the same thing and worse. And also to the point that people will literally be like, yeah, I raped this bitch because she had good pussy, and y'all not ever going to ask him to apologize. But if somebody makes a comment about JoJo Siwa, y'all are up in arms. You know what I mean? Like, why all of a sudden are y'all fake mad about the lyrics of rap artists when most of their songs are talking about murdering each other, murdering your brothers and your sisters and your uncles and your aunties and your dads? You know what I'm saying? Like, all of a sudden we want to be extra sensitive to what rappers say when it's like, since when? Since when? Tell me. Because while you're mad at Meek, you're going to be bumping whoever the fuck else. You're going to be bumping Lil Durk, who's talking about murdering people for talking about his cousin the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
people are very
y'all being very fake mad at things that I feel like at the end of the day, he apologized to the family. And if it were me and somebody made that comment, I'm going to just say personally, I don't think I would need a public apology. I'd be like, it's kind of like when, just in general, when men do dumb shit, right, and they're apologizing to their girl, like, on the radio. So, like, DJ Envy had to apologize to his wife on the radio for cheating on her years ago.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And I was like, this is even more cringy because on the radio, like, it's not like every single one of your listeners have even heard the story. So now, people who never even heard the story are hearing you apologize to your wife and beg for her to come back to you, which is even more embarrassing to me. I would, like, just... Please, like, you've apologized and I've forgiven you in private. Like, let's not make this any more of anybody else's business. Like, why are you apologizing me for the whole fucking world to hear? Like, that's so cringy to me. So to me, I don't think he owes anybody a public apology. I think if he apologized to the family, that's the best thing that he can do, and hopefully make better decisions moving on.
Yeah, and I think, number one, people are very picky and choosy about who they want to attack, because I swear they always in Cardi B ass about some shit, and I'd be like, what did Cardi do to y'all personally? Like, but then somebody else, like, again, like, for instance, Cardi had her family over for Thanksgiving, and the people were up in arms, like, we all want to see our family, bitch. But I didn't see nobody on Tiana Taylor ass when she was on that boat with her friends on her birthday, so I was like, okay. But I did, the last thing I wanted to say, too, is that I think it also just, I guess it just is always situational with this, because when you brought up DJ Envy, I was thinking about, how when Kevin Hart apologized to Aniko on social media, I remember being like, but why?
Yeah, that too. It's just like, if there's rumors swirling that you cheat on your girl, but at the end of the day, they're just rumors, you know? What the fuck? Don't apologize to the public, because this is embarrassing. You're admitting that I know what you did and I'm forgiving you, and this is, like, not everybody's business who I forgive and why and how.
Indeed. Yeah, I definitely see your point. For real. Wow, what a government place we are in.
Very goved. Moving on to Blank While Black. Queen, did you have anything this week?
No, ma'am. I have been under a rock.
Okay, that's fine. I have one, and I don't know who all has seen this. There's a TikTok video that has gone viral of a woman in some 5D mink lashes. They're very huge, very gosh awful, and a do-rag, and a tank top with her bra strap showing. And she has come to the World Wide Web to tell us how our ghetto-ass names get our resumes thrown in the trash. So this is what I would assume to be a black woman, and saying... she wants to help us out by letting us know that when we think like, oh, do I think that they're judging me for my ghetto name on my resume? We are absolutely judging you. This is coming from HR. We are judging you if you have a la or a qua or a sha in your name. We are absolutely judging you. We're going to skip right over those resumes. So what you need to do is if you have a middle name that's less hood, as she says, then you should put your initial, then your middle name, and then your last name, so that you can get your foot in the door and code switch your ass off and get the job. That was her advice, her helpful advice from the HR department on hood names on resumes.
Mm-hmm.
So in Blank While Black, while our ancestors had everything taken from them, from their religion to their music to their culture to their last names, and the only thing left we could do was name our children their first names, you, as a black woman, came to the World Wide Web to let us all know that you helped perpetuate this stereotype. And it's not even just a stereotype, because it is damaging, because you're keeping people from getting jobs because of their name. When I don't know, the lady on like her TikTok says like Tanira or something like that. But I'm like, did you just come to the World Wide Web in your do-rag and your giant lashes to tell us how ghetto our names are, and that's why you throw our resumes in the trash with your fucking white coworkers? Are you dumb?
I saw a name the other day, and it had to have been like a quote unquote white name. And I remember thinking to myself, the only reason why this ain't ghetto is because this isn't a black person. Because this shit is quote unquote ghetto, which we know is a social construct used to, I don't know, disenfranchise, disempower, just dehumanize, whatever, one of those big words, black people, right? Because at the end of the day, it's always going to be something. And I think for me, if we were to all realize that, to me, that it just seems to be the answer. If we were to realize that it's just always going to be something when it comes to blackness, because we've seen, other races of people do the exact same things, right? This reminds me of, I was watching a YouTube video, and they were talking about how Jeannie Mai said that she likes to unclip her clip-ins and put them on the table, like when she's out to eat or something like that, like in public.
Shut your fucking mouth! No way.
Right, and mind you, of course, Jeannie Mai is an Asian woman. I'm not sure exactly what ethnicity, and so I don't want to mess that up. And so, say that to say, and the person that was doing this. And thank you. The person that was doing the YouTube video was like, if Tamar would do some shit like that, do y'all know what all kind of hood ghetto bitches y'all would call her? And I was like, exactly. Like, you literally just can't be black and you'll be fine. As long as you ain't black, it's all good. But when you black and you do the exact same thing, right, it's always going to be a problem, because at the end of the day, my name, the tattoos I have, my skin color, how I wear my hair, none of that has anything to do with my intellect, my ability to do whatever this job is. And so it's literally the same thing that we saw with UPS, right? The whole, you can't wear natural hairstyles to work, or valet saying you can't have locks and be a valet. What does me having locks just makes you think I'm gonna steal the car? Like, what? Why can't I have this job? I don't get it. So yeah, say that to say, it's just always gonna be something. And I think that there are people who believe that being assimilationist would save us. Like, just name your daughter Anna. Name her, I don't know, Kate, and you'll be fine. I'm pretty sure there are Kates and Black Annas walking around all day and still having problems because they black. In the words of Malcolm X, to quote Malcolm X on this last day of Black History Month, I know it won't be Black History Month by the time y'all hear this, but on this last day of Black History Month when we are recording, you do not catch hell because your name is ghetto. I'm paraphrasing. You do not catch hell because you're a Muslim. You don't catch hell because you got a fat ass. You don't catch hell because you got long nails. You don't catch hell because you take your clip-ins off at the table at dinner in a public restaurant. You catch hell because you are black. That is it. That is it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that just made me very sad. And it just, all skin folk ain't kinfolk, as we all know. And that was just like, how sad. And also, not only how sad, girl, but how extremely illegal. I don't know why you would ever get online and say this with your name not blurred out, and with your face being shown, but how dumb and illegal. The Title VII of the Civil Rights Act prohibits discrimination based on a national origin and race, and among other categories, including things like, your name or your sexual presentation or what have you.
And even that, right?
But I was going to say, so you can actually, file a claim against any company that you believe has not hired you due to your name, but, that would be more hard to prove that was the exact reason. But if you have a resume that literally has everything that they asked for and you didn't even get in for an interview, chances are they saw your la or your qua and threw your shit in the trash.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the fact that you could see names that are stereotypically looking like whatever their race of people is, or their ethnicity of people or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And it's not a problem. But again, going back to what I just said, if it looked like a black name, though, quote unquote, then it's a problem. So that just goes to show it really is about blackness. Like, it's just about being
Yeah.
black. Ugh,
Yeah.
disgusting.
I was like, well, the la, the qua, and the sha, and the sus is really giving Aisha's name is going in the trash. And I was like, damn, I can't even put I dot middle name because also pretty black. So looks like I'm not meant to sit in nobody's desk.
And it's, you know what's
fine with
crazy?
me.
Now that you say that, I literally remember my mama telling me a story about how she had met this lady. It was after I was born, and the lady was like, you did a really good job naming her Sydney because nobody's going to be able to tell what her race is.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like you said, we know this is a real problem. We know people really have to. And going back to Ta-Nehisi Coates, to quote another brilliant Black king on this good last day of Black History Month, in Between the World and Me, all of that brain power you have to spend on survival and like navigating racism. Just imagine the things we could create if we didn't have to constantly be like, oh, well, let me not name my child this, and don't wear that, and don't go out at this time of day, and don't be here in this area, and don't get caught with this, and it's just so much all the time. Y'all just really should try to kill the spirits and the bodies of Black folks every way you know how.
Yeah. Sick sad world. Moving on to say what now? And my first story, I have two. My first story is about a Sacramento mom who says the Catholic school expelled her 3 kids because of her OnlyFans account.
Oh, I heard about this.
So what happened was this mom, Crystal Jackson, and her husband wanted, she went through like an early menopause, wasn't feeling sexy. So her and her husband took like these sexy pinup style pictures of her and posted it like on a Reddit or something. And one of the users said, why don't you start an OnlyFans? And so after they found out what it was, she started posting regularly on OnlyFans, known as Mrs. Poindexter, and is making up to $150,000 a month selling access to her photos and videos on her OnlyFans accounts. Some of these pictures include nudity, but not everyone is a fan. So what happened was, Miss Jackson says last summer, a group of moms found her site and started a campaign to get her 3 kids kicked out of Sacred Heart Parish, a Catholic elementary school. At one point, the group sent anonymous envelopes, including her explicit content, to the school principal. So the letter from the school read, your apparent quest for a high-profile controversy in support of your adult website is in direct conflict with what we hope to impart with our students. We therefore require that you find another school for your children and have no further association with ours. Apparently they wouldn't even let the kids come back to collect their things from like their desks, lockers, etc. So I'm sorry, me putting my pussy on the internet affects my children in elementary school. How? And let me tell you something, them mamas would have had to see me. They would have had to square up. And guess what? I'm knocking on everybody's doors and I'm punching square in the nose. Cause how you mad at me? Because I'm a bad bitch making money on the internet. While y'all sitting at home, if you know, you got your kids in some sort of private Catholic school, maybe y'all got money and maybe y'all mans just work all day and y'all don't do shit but sit at home and bake cookies. I don't know, but y'all gonna learn today. Cause I'm over here just trying to make my ducats, $150,000 with my husband's consent at that. Putting my little pussy in my booty hole on the internet, and y'all so fucking mad at me, y'all are punishing my children? Y'all are ratchet, and y'all are what's wrong with the world.
Yeah, women can be very, patriarchal.
Patriarchal, that was the exact word I was gonna say.
They be upholding them things, you know what I'm saying? Just you know what you just said about those women, running and telling that on this other lady for having an OnlyFans page is the same thing that the black lady just did on TikTok with the whole y'all need to stop naming y'all kids.
And you know something else? How did you fucking whores find my OnlyFans? That means one of
by
you
accident.
Bitches paid for
Girl,
it.
They found
No. One of their husbands was logged in and paying me ducats, and that's why you're really mad, because your fucking manicure money is going towards my booty hole pictures, and that's why you're really fucking mad. Like, why is you hating on another woman and how she makes her money when it don't have nothing to do with you? It don't affect your kids. It don't affect her kids. It don't affect their education. It don't affect your kids' education. It don't affect the school in no way. There's no way I would find some 40-year-old woman on OnlyFans and be like, let me find out what elementary school her kids go to. What fucking morons. Y'all are so mad. It's obvious that their husbands paid for a subscription and they weren't having it.
No, I'm telling you, they found it by accident, just like that government official that was like, I listened to WAP by accident, and I am very offended.
Accident. You know, somebody says to talk about something. Is that Miss Jackson down the street? It sure the fuck is.
Yo, that's garbage. And then even the whole not letting the kids get their stuff. The kids? Why the kids can't get that? What about the mother is so disgusting that y'all think it's done, I don't know, dripped onto the children and they're going to pass it to the other people?
They're going to tap it on their desks or something. Y'all are morons.
Gosh.
A fucking elementary school. Like, no, there's no year that this would really make sense, but it's like an elementary school. You thought elementary school students really cared how their mom was making the money. All they want to know is if they're getting goldfish for snacks today or not. They don't care about shit else.
They getting 24 karat goldfish.
Okay, for $150,000 a month, they better be shit. Mm-hmm. That is sad.
It is. Agreed. Disgusting. I hate it here.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Let the woman make her money.
Yeah. In which case she said, I'm still posting on my OnlyFans, so fuck y'all niggas thought this was. And also, I'm just gonna find another Catholic school for my kids.
With $150,000, bitch, I can buy a teacher to come to my house. Are y'all crazy?
Hello, what is your rate, teacher? Because if it's more than $31,200, I got you.
Okay. Wow. Just from OnlyFans, and that's a month. They're making $100. She's making a whole person's. This again, Aisha. What are you waiting on?
What the fuck am I gonna put up there? That's the real tea. That's what I'm really waiting. Like, I don't know what to put up there.
Just go on, just subscribe to that lady's OnlyFans page and see what she got up there.
Well, she said nudity.
Mm-hmm. See, and
I don't want to see no 40-year-old lady's nudes unless her name is Halle the fuck Berry.
When I heard it on Wendy Williams, she said that she wasn't naked up there. She said it was just like lingerie stuff, which is why I was extra
most of them are like lingerie and like costumes and shit like that, but the article says it includes some nudity, some nude pictures. So I don't know if that's implied nudity or if she's really got like cucumbers in her vagina on there or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. No cucumbers in your vagina? They can't pay you $300K for that?
Nah, $300K is rather low. Maybe like $1 million.
You know what? I help anyone out
but
there.
But honestly, I would have to be presented with this opportunity before I could make a real decision. Because you know how people be like, I would never, woot-de-woot. That's because you'd never be presented with that opportunity. That's why it's so easy for you to say. That would literally never even be offered.
Not I, because somebody say, I give you $100K to put a cucumber in your vagina. How many would you like for me to put in there?
Hell no. Cucumbers get girthy.
They get what?
They get girthy.
Indeed. Yeah, you gonna get some pain now. Okay, you know what? Not 100.
Okay.
Not 100, but $300K. That girl that was like, I make $300K on OnlyFans. I think she said she made $7K a week. Yeah, $52K. Wait, she must be making more than $300K. She making a whole lot of money on OnlyFans. $7K a week. For $7K a week, I would put 7,000 cucumbers in my vagina.
Oh my God, Jesus
a
Christ.
week, and then you know what I would do? Buy a new vagina.
You better not do that. Them shit's gonna start slipping out the back if you put that many in there so close together.
I am weak. Okay, I'm done.
My next thing, I don't even want to give him much attention because I know Sydney doesn't like to call people ugly, but fuck that. This ugly ass fucking toad. Oreo, literally the fucking cookie, tweeted, trans people exist. Why they tweeted that, I'm not really sure. I don't know what that has to do with cookies, but I feel you. Donald Trump Jr. with his ugly fucking crypt keeper face says, a racist cookie is now lecturing us about wokeness.
I know, wait, that's probably not supposed to be funny, but something about him calling a cookie in and of itself racist just took me out.
He's calling a cookie a racist. He's giving it personification to say that it can also lecture. And he's saying us about wokeness. Bitch, you're not even allowed to say the word wokeness. Get the fuck out of here. You and your whole family crawl back to the depths of Satan's asshole where y'all came from. Oh, God. I was like, I guess, I'm assuming this is how racist whites try to be funny. But this is just... You're a moron. Get off of the internet. We don't want you here. You shall be banned like your father. Get out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, not a racist cookie. I'm dead. That is funny to me.
So, say what now? Try not to have an OnlyFans if you're a bad 40-year-old bitch. And also, try not to be a cookie that happens to be black and white.
So if you got OnlyFans, don't have no hating ass females around you.
I'm telling you, I'm squaring on every mama on the block. Matter of fact, I'm sending my goons to do it because I'm rich now. Y'all got me fucked up.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, and it's the time for Sexpectations.
Yes, Queen. I love when you sing that.
I don't normally sing it. I feel like you normally sing it. But I was in the mood to sing it.
But it sounds good when you do, friend. What do you have for me? I'm scared already.
It's actually not scary. It's literally what you asked me last night before my phone died in the grocery store.
I don't remember, but that was very abrupt and sad.
It was very sad because number one, I couldn't talk to my best friend no more. But number two, I couldn't get my stuff I needed for my recipe. Anyway. Why do people give their significant others more chances than their friends?
Oh,
We were having a good conversation about this last night because we have seen thine do this thing with thine significant other against thine friends.
And die.
But yeah, it's an interesting subject because and you know what? I think of course it's always going to be nuances. Because I do think that, you know, with me being a non-confrontational person, I think that there have been times where my friends have also done some things where I'd be like, bitch, you better be glad I ain't got my throat chakra on fleek, because if so, that'd be your ass. But
better be thankful for these blockages in my chakra channels.
Okay. But Queen, let's talk about the things. What are your opinions on this? Why?
You know what? So one of the things that you said was something that I felt and thought also, and that's that when you're dating someone, you know, it's your best friend who you happen to be fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still one of your best friends. But why do you give this best friend more chances than the other ones? And I'm assuming it can only be said because your regular friends don't make you come. Like, Cindy don't make me come. Kalia don't make me come. Kiera don't make me come. Brody don't make me come. Like, my friends don't make me come. So it's kind of like, damn, now I gotta give this nigga a second chance because he my best friend and we fucking.
Yeah, it's the digmatization, timization. I know what I'm trying to say. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but it is funny though, because people will be like, "Oh yeah, my boyfriend called me a bitch and punched me in the throat, but my best friend called me a bitch, and so we're no longer friends anymore. Fuck her, she died. But also, me and my boyfriend are going out to eat tonight."
Yeah,
like I'll be like, "I'm sorry. Why did you? I'm sorry because there's just not enough cum in the world. Just because you're my boyfriend doesn't mean you're getting like more chances like that than of my friends. And I'm not saying that I have never or that he has not gotten a lot of chances, but just like when it's something that deep that it's like I would literally stop being friends with one of my friends for some shit like this, then I'm probably also going to stop being your girlfriend for some shit like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't, and like I said again, it has to just be the sex part of it because, and it also, of course, again.
You know what? This is how we remedy this. Start fucking all your friends. This is my advice. My mental health and my affirmation for this week.
I wish you could see my face.
Everyone, just start fucking your friends, all of your friends at that. You'll have a variety of things to choose from, and then you'll accept so much less bullshit from your significant other. It'll be great.
Just leave me off the list because...
So, Sid, when are you coming out?
Leave me off the list because...
Sid, pull up on me! Put that thing on me, Sid!
You're making me uncomfortable.
Ooh, Lordy.
Listen, you know what? You remember that time you asked me, like, oh, do you think people be confused when we say Beyonce? This is why they're going to be confused.
Yeah, Sydney is my girlfriend. She my fiance. She's my forever roommate. She's my best thing.
Mm-mm.
And apparently, she's now my cum dumpster. So y'all done fucked up
now. God. Oh my God. Have you been drinking? Are you an aggressive lesbian like Portia Williams?
I am dead. No, but I feel like I should start drinking after I get off the phone. I had a long week.
Yeah, no, get some wine, Queen, and wine it on down. Wine down Sundays, like Issa and Molly. Mm-hmm. Queen, did you have a Sexpectation question?
Oh, yes, I did. Okay. Y'all are so lucky when y'all get 2 in a week.
I know, right?
We love y'all greatly. Okay, my question for y'all is, if you are in a monogamous relationship, which I'm assuming, a handful of people are, most of our listeners, in a monogamous relationship, Sid, would you agree to a hall pass?
You know what?
Like once a year for your partner or multiple times a year for your partner?
You know what? In theory, right, on paper, one of my friends told me I was an on paper ass nigga. I was like, I just have to say on paper because there might be a difference between who I am and who I want to
A
be.
pab, a paper ass bitch.
A pab. I'm a pab. Pab, 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 pab. On paper, I honestly be feeling like we might not be made to be monogamous in general. And I feel like, because you already know, if I ever see Remy in real life, I don't care. I don't care who I'm dating.
So she says. People don't fall for the hype.
I don't care who I'm dating. I will jeopardize it all for that man. Except my sexual health. But other than that, yeah. So I think if STDs were not a real thing and I could trust him to use protection and all of those things, but you know you can't trust these niggas. And then, you know,
you can throw their asses.
And don't it take like 3 months for HIV to show up in your blood test?
Oh, don't give me the line. I don't have a clue.
Because I feel like back in the day they used to say 6 months, but now I think they be saying 3 months. So you said it to say if STDs were not a real thing, and I would be down to clown. You know what I'm saying? But since they are, I have to be a basic bitch and say no. What would you say? Because I already know how you be talking about Jason Momoa and
Baby, Lenny Kravitz, Idris Elba, Jason Momoa, choo choo, if you know what I mean. But would I give my partner a hall pass? Yeah, I feel the same though. I feel like if STDs and side babies didn't exist, I probably wouldn't care about monogamy at all.
Yeah.
But the fact is, if I tell my partner, like, yeah, you can have sex with somebody, like, you know, once a year. I just got to tell me ahead of time so I know not to be fucking you at the same time because gross. But, you know, if you give these niggas an inch, they going to take 3 miles. And you be like, yeah, you can fuck whoever you want. Just use protection, you know. Don't tell them that you love them and spend the night. I don't know. And the niggas are going to be all of a sudden moved in. They're going to have a drawer in the bitch's house. And they're going to have a side baby in the drawer next to them.
Yep.
And then they're going to be putting all kinds of creams and things on their penises. Because they just can't be trusted. So, I don't want to say yes or no. I would say, you know, I guess I would cross that bridge when I got there. Like, if that was ever actually presented to me. But I think, you know, most people have the perception of me that I don't take no shit at all ever. So they wouldn't even ask me. You know, it wouldn't even be an issue. But I wouldn't want to say yes or no. Because I feel like I also don't really believe that human beings are supposed to be monogamous. Because most animals aren't.
Yeah, and you know what? And I don't necessarily think it's on. I was actually literally just writing about this earlier because Huey P. Newton talks about it in his autobiography. Non-possessive love and stuff like that, and and I was thinking about how many marriages fail and stuff, and how they say like what all men cheat or half of men cheat and this that, and the third, and I don't know if there probably is data on women cheating, but of course I've never looked into it because they were none of my business. But but say that to say like if that stuff is true, then in my head I'm like I try to go based off of statistics, you know. And so I'm like, yeah, well, the statistics say this. And, of course, you know, you got people funding things and they got different alternate goals and stuff. But if these things are true, for real, then I'm like, I mean, how could we be made for this if half of these marriages fail and all these people are cheating? Like, why don't we? Sometimes I wonder if we have evolved past the ideas that we still place on ourselves, right? Like, maybe we've evolved past this idea of marriage and if there weren't STDs, monogamy and that kind of thing, but we just don't do it because you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? This is what you're supposed to do. So, if STDs were not a real thing, I would be the biggest hoe. Look, in the words of Kenya Moore, they would erect a museum. They'd be like, that bitch did that. That would be me. I would be the best goddamn whore out there. That would be me. Okay, I would be the whore with an R.
Amen.
Me.
Cheers to whoring it up. Amen.
All right, Queen. I love Sexpectations.
It's a good time. It's a very freeing time because I feel like most of the questions we ask are things that people either won't ask out loud or don't talk to their friends about. So, you know, we welcome y'all in our roommate center, in our living room to have these conversations. It's a good time. It's a good black ass time.
Alrighty, Queen, and mental health check-in?
No, ma'am.
Oh, wow. Black on black support.
Black on black support. You know, Order of the episode, Queen.
You know.
Get your shit together.
We've only been doing this for like a year and some change now.
Yeah. Okay, so my first black on black support is just a rededication, shout out to Lido.Beauty Studio on Instagram. That is my friend Crystal. Has opened her own solo salon in Charlotte, North Carolina, in South Park. Nonetheless, hello, party people with the coins.
All right now.
Come on with the coins now. So if you want to celebrate her, book an appointment, maybe send her a congratulatory gift or a message on Instagram. She is going to love and appreciate all that. If you want to share it for your Charlotte area people who, would like to book with her. She also sells her own line of, weaves. So if you want some bundles, or if y'all want your bundles installed, or if you want some cute braids, or if you want a silk press, girls, y'all know, as the summertime comes up, we got to make sure our hair is nice and healthy for all these protective styles we about to put it in. So go check out Lido.Beauty Studio on Instagram. That is LEDOUE.Beauty Studio. That is my friend Crystal. Tell her Aisha sent you from the living room 4440.
Let me tell you something. And she Gina. I thought she was about to say she sold her own hair care products. I was about to say, that hair crack. I was so excited to say.
Hair crack.
I was so ready to say that. But no, congratulations. I love a good black women are leading in entrepreneurship, okay?
Mm-hmm,
come on and do the things. And if I had hair, I would be up in there. Just know that.
I know. Can you silk press a pixie cut?
Hey, what they say on Beauty Shop? What she gonna do? Braid your scalp?
Braid your scalp?
I'm weak. Y'all know I love me some Queen Latifah. Anyway, Queen, how many? I have one black on black support. Did you have more?
Oh, I have one more. So you go ahead.
Okay, mine is the shout out to Earn Your Liesure. Now they may have a podcast. I'm pretty sure they do, but I always watch their listen to them from YouTube. But it is just like, entrepreneurship and money and financial literacy. And they do interviews with all these rich black people and people in general. I think like Mark Cuban has been on there. But it's just all about like making your money work for you, becoming not just financially stable, but like financially thriving financially. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I can't talk on this Sunday. But it is amazing. I have literally been listening to it like the whole time I be at work. They interview people who, start vending machine businesses and trucking businesses. And I listened to an interview yesterday of a guy who started like a food, he was selling food at his house and making like, what did he say, 10K a week? And everything was called like bussin' this, bussin' that, or something like that. It was very ghetto. Mm-hmm. Y'all know I love the ghetto, okay? He's from Baltimore with a strong Baltimore accent. But
Baltimore.
Yeah. And so they have interviewed lots and lots of people. And they've just been really amazing, very informative, very inspiring, just to see people really turn nothing into something and build things from the ground up and share their knowledge and all that. So yeah, definitely y'all check out Earn Your Liesure, like I said, on YouTube. If you go to YouTube, I'm sure you'll find all their other links. They also interviewed, have you seen that black guy? He's got like his face covered with tattoos, and he normally posts like videos with guns and stuff. And you might have seen him. I feel like there was a viral video of him with his daughters, and he was like training them and stuff like that.
Yeah. Damn, what's his name?
You know what I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about. I do know who you're talking about.
They did an interview with him, and he is just sounding like he's like a very rich life. He started this game that's like Monopoly, but like the black version, but it's about like a collective economics. Mm-hmm. And he was like, before you can even start playing the game, you basically got to do like a month's worth of research, because he's like, it's basically an educational tool, but he put it in the form of a game because he knows that our people like to be entertained. And it sounded amazing. And he was just talking about dropping.
His name is Derek Grace 2. That's his name.
Ah, yes, that's him.
I have a post of him on my page from 2018.
Yep, that's him. So, and he's just been doing great things. He was talking about like a tech company and how he started out with like a t-shirt, doing t-shirts or whatever, and putting out t-shirts that matched the shoes. And he took that and he put out books and became like a best-selling author with the books, but you can only get the books from him. He took them all off Amazon, and now you can only get like the digitals on Amazon. And so he's talking about residual checks, and he talked about and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. He talked about like almost like familial. He called it in-home banking, right? So he was like, instead of going to the bank and getting a loan from the bank and putting more money in their pocket. You could just go to someone who has money in your family and get a loan and then pay them that interest back. And that creates more money and keeping it inside the family. His interview was amazing. But yeah, definitely check out Earn Your Leisure if you are trying to, get your money things right and tight. Even if you already got your money things right and tight, you just want to hear about other people talk about becoming rich and living their best lives and blackness and all the great things. So yeah, that's my black on black support.
Okay. My last one is going out to Adrian Nice of the MouthinOut radio show, if you will, YouTube show, if you will. It's like an audio podcast. It's a YouTube show ran by Adrian Nice of Charlotte, North Carolina. He just invited me out to have an interview with him, just talking about my transition from North Carolina to LA and modeling and acting, and especially during a pandemic, and how I just kind of keep my sanity through it all. He has interviewed Duchess of Ink, Chico Bean, DJ Kid, Rich Dunk, Rennie Rucci, Armani Caesar. The list goes on and on. So I'm really excited to be a part of the next episode that is coming out next week. So y'all keep your eyes and ears peeled, and I'll be posting it on my social media and probably on our page. So
absolutely.
That is Mouthing Out without the G. Mouthing Out without the G.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. And he interviews you. You got to put your name in there too.
Featuring Aisha Damali.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. All right, now mental health check-in.
There we go.
Because I'm trash. My mental health check-in was, and I've talked about this on the podcast before, but sometimes we like to throw it back. In the words of Aisha. And so mine is to embrace the stillness. I feel like I can be just as introverted as I can be extroverted, and I feel like my happiness and my peace and tranquility lately has definitely been in like my solitude and being still and kind of taking some of the stimulation away, even if I'm still reading a book, but there's nothing playing, and I can, just that stillness, you can really tap into it, as opposed to, music being on and, just all these other kinds of sounds and things like that. And like I said before, and y'all might, so for our new listeners who might not have ever heard it before, Erykah Badu did an interview with a podcast. I think it was Yes Girl, and she was just talking about the beauty of stillness. And it was never anything I paid attention to before. And y'all know Erykah Badu is our queen mother. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, oh yes, I need to try this. So yeah, when you get a chance, if you want, turn things down and embrace that stillness, that silence, that calmness that's always right underneath all of the things that are going on. So yeah, that. And when is the last time you looked at the stars? Because
oh my God, that's my favorite thing to do. The
other night I looked up and saw the stars, and I was like, when is the last time I stopped to look up at the stars? Because I can't remember. And it could, but I really feel like it's been a long time. Like, I don't think I looked at the stars one time last year. Consciously, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, just basically more than anything, just taking the time to notice those small things, because I think we run from this and that, and we do this and that, and we're always moving to the next thing, and sometimes we forget to just breathe deeply and look at the stars and watch the sunset or the sunrise and all those beautiful, wonderful things that are just out in the world around us that we are paying attention to, right? Because the brain can do so many things at one time, but we just have our attention on one specific thing, so we miss these other things. So just being in tune with that stuff. That is my mental health check-in.
Mine is, I did a poll today for the last day of February to say, hey guys, what did you accomplish this month? What are you proud of? Like, basically brag on yourself. And I had friends say, oh, I read some books, or I started this, goal thing for my investments, or Xavier Brody told me that he won a show this month. That's super exciting. Congrats, my brother. And somebody left a comment, just made it through. And so for my mental health check-in, I want you guys to just find a moment right now, this time and space, to brag on something you did. And I want to open that up to you, Queen. Can you brag on something for the month of January real quick?
Oh, January? Oh, I put out...
I'm sorry, February, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I'll do one for January and February because I got it like that.
Okay.
January, I did the Do Not Bleach merch. I'm super proud of that. Because again, everything just starts as an idea, as a dream. And so seeing people in it, seeing people get their packages, it's
seeing people style it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely amazing. And it wasn't hard work to me. Of course, you have to go through the learning process, and I still have so much to learn. But I wouldn't say that any part of it was hard. But that definitely made everything that went into it worthwhile. And then for this month, I would just say, just thinking about today, like I'm just really happy that I took the time to read and to take it one step at a time. My affirmation that I did this morning, or that I was really trying to center on this morning, was just to ease through the day again, as opposed to being so, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta get this done. It's just like one thing at a time, and what we can get done, we'll get done. And so I'm really proud that I took the time to try to get back into a space to blog, and took the time to read the autobiography of Malcolm X, because that stuff brought me a lot of joy. And watching Soul, just doing stuff that brings me joy, even if it means watching the same thing 3 times in 4 days. Mm-hmm. What about you, Queen?
I'm proud, honestly, of a lot, but I'll say for March itself, I am proud that I have booked paid promos on my page, just as a source of passive income. I'm really proud of that, because I can be really nervous, like when it comes to asking my price. And I landed some Ivy Park. Bad bitch in the building. You feel me? I'm really proud of that, honestly, too. So I feel like big or small, whatever you accomplish, whatever you can brag on, it could literally be, I made a new dinner meal or something for the month. Just brag on yourself and show yourself some grace. That is my mental health check-in for you guys.
Absolutely. I love it. And y'all already know we like to leave y'all with some affirmations. Mine is, wow, where is it? Oh, my affirmation is stop what you are doing. Well, either right after this podcast is over, or now.
Don't stop in the middle of our podcast.
And play the song "Video" by India Ari. It's
okay.
It will do the things I hope it will do for you what it did for me today.
Okay, I like that. That's very specific. I like that. My affirmation for you all. We're going into the month of March, y'all. And I want you to know, for this month, keep the affirmation close to you, close to your heart. Repeat it every day. That money is attracted to you. Don't worry about waking up and running to chase the bag. It is attracted to you also. So basically, do what you love. Do things that make you happy. And the money is going to be attracted to you. Whatever your needs are, your financial goals are, your financial hardships are, just know that money is being attracted to you this month. That was my affirmation for you guys.
All right, y'all. So you know how we do. We want to turn up this Reggae Christmas by Franks_Weird on Instagram. Frank's Weird, the producer. And then after y'all play that India Ari song, then go watch Aisha's video on YouTube. What is it? It's Love Black Women, 2 Black Women, Love Black Women?
2 Black Women, Love Black Women.
Y'all go watch that. 5 minutes. We asking y'all for 5 extra minutes to go watch that. I have been Sid the Great. I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here.
And I am Aisha Damali. We appreciate y'all coming or whatever, but it's time to get the fuck out of our living room. Peace.